please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to this week's analysis of DXY dollar index. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me in this analysis. Let's see what has been happening on dollar because it has started to see some movement upwards. So far it has been absolutely bearish in 2020. Now this is the first time it has started to show some rejection at the bottom after few I think couple of months, actually near about 2.5 or 3 months now. Okay, so let's take you back to where we were actually observing the entire price action. So this is the analysis that I posted last time. So we had this FCP zone. There are actually three versions of this analysis. One is around here, and this is this is one I actually discussed in one of our training sessions. So they have their own methodology. There are three different ways which we can use to analyze this thing, but ultimately you reach near about the same conclusion, which is this, that if I just remind you of where we are right now. So this is what we have. We have this W pattern here, which actually does not complete here. It does not even complete here. It actually completes somewhere around 107 level or so. So it may take a couple of years, or maybe it won't even happen, but that's what it is. Until this midpoint of this entire V is broken, you cannot say that dollar is actually going to go down hard way. This is simple market movement at the moment. So if you think that the dollar has been actually going down, which is fine, but this is, if you compare this and with any of the previous movement, this is nothing new. Okay, so dollar is still good, it is still fine. It's just that for in 2020 it has been going down, which is obviously a reality, but that's a cycle, that's a market cycle. It always goes up and down, and that's what has been happening. So what we have right now is that we have this double top at the top here, and we also have formation of M pattern. But to form an M pattern, the midpoint has to be broken, which it has not. So far what we can say that it is going inside a consolidation. If you can see, this is going at the top and this is the bottom channel of that. So this is going in consolidation right now, and it may go back up and it may come back down. It may even come to the mid of this channel as well. So right now this has come into this, you can say it's a support zone or demand zone or whatever you want to call this, but it has come there, and there is a good chance that it wants to go up. And this is what we expected last week. If you remember the previous week's analysis, I mentioned that the week before was going to be bullish because of these candlestick patterns. Actually this kind of movement was delayed by 1 week. I was expecting this to be after this bull candle, but I almost missed that this was a bearish candle before that. So this is a very good pattern which has developed, and this is actually quite a bullish one. The next week is expected to be bullish again, unless something weird happens, but next week is going to be a bullish candle as well. So I'm just looking at the candle. It may go down pretty much like what happened at the start of the previous week. It fell down, but towards the end of the week it actually turned into a bullish candle, and that can happen. But the chances of actually turning into a bullish candle for the next week are much higher now. In fact, it can actually start moving higher into these previous structures, or even higher around 96 or 95 area, ultimately in a couple of weeks, or maybe in a couple of months. So that's what we have. If I open the original analysis that we had, and this needs to be updated, but I really do not want to, because I'll show you the other two analysis that I did. So what we have right now is, if I go to the 4-hour time frame, this is what I shared with you on our Telegram channel, that the market was stuck in FCP zone. It was going to fall because the W pattern was completed. It reaches profit target, and if you were able to if you know how to trade these FCP Fibonacci confluence patterns, then you know where to take the profit targets. Once it reached its first profit target, it started to move back up, and now this FCP zone is turning into a support. And we also have this gap which has not been filled yet. I don't think it has been filled yet. It has not. So there are good chances that it will move up, and the plan is still the same. So we will follow the same arrows and everything. It's still the same, but this is not as accurate as this one, because This is what I discussed with one of the students in the training session. By the way, if you're interested in FCP training, then you should check out the description. You'll find a link there, and you'll also see you'll also find a brochure link which will have the details on curriculum and fee and everything. So we have this demand zone, and because we had like two patterns completing. One is this M pattern, and there is another M pattern here. If you want to see which M patterns I'm talking about, so there is one here like this. Actually, no, that's not right. Give me just one sec. So that's this one, okay, and then we have another one like this, okay, and then we have one like this. So there are 2 or 3 patterns which are completing here. These are weird looking patterns because of what happened around Corona here, but patterns are patterns, right? And we trade what we see. So the patterns were actually, one of the pattern was completed here as well, and that's when we were able to take long. If you remember, this was in August or so, yeah, August, September, and we were able to take longs from there. But since then it has been falling, and this was actually a possibility. Remember, we were talking about 89.89. it has fallen a little bit below, but it has not been able to close below that level 89.89 so far, and that means this is a good FCP zone. So this is FCP zone, and we have got a demand zone, so we've got collective power of both of them, and we can expect market to move up. So these are the targets that we are looking at, and I'll be able to refine them, and I'll update them later, like in our Telegram channel and Discord channel. So make sure that you are in there if you want to find out more about DXY, where DXY is heading. So DXY is looking bullish, and it can continue to go up further because there are several gaps which need to be filled. And remember, in my previous analysis I also mentioned one of the things that I call as bad behavior. Now bad behavior is something which is like bad price action, which is not normal looking price action, and this is this. Look at the candlesticks and structures, right? This is when this happens, and whenever the market finds enough bullish momentum, it just goes through it. So you can expect certain movements around here which can clean this entire thing up. So that's quite a possibility. It has not started to happen yet, but it can. So you need to be careful that if DXY starts to pick up momentum, then it can just keep on going upwards to 91 area, and then I'll update you on further levels as the market progresses further. But I'm expecting market to ultimately reach this level. If you look at this is looking very good rejection on monthly level right now. I know we are at the start of the month, but this is already looking very good right now. Another month can be bearish, even this month can be bearish, because like this candle is extremely strong bearish candle, so it can actually turn back into bearish candle towards the end of month. That's a possibility, but next week is looking like a bullish candle as of now. So that's what we have on DXY. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and come and join us in our Telegram group as well. You'll find the link of that in the description below, and make sure that you also share this video with other trading communities and traders, so that they can also benefit from it. Your likes, your comments, and your shares help this this channel running, and if you find this useful, then please support this channel by your likes and comments. Thank you. If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students, and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.